All right. So hey, I started the recording and I got cut off because I was looking at something. Um, so I kind of had like a little bit of a talk there. What I was getting at was full moon is on its way out in Aquarius. We're in Leo season and Mercury retrograde is finally over. So the wait and the and not to mention if people are using the moon for spell casting and so forth. It's all on its way out. I already did the intro. Unfortunately, the video got cut off, so I don't need to redo it. So I'm just gonna go forward. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, I got King of Sword in reverse. Eight of Pentacles. King of Wands in reverse. Okay, so we got an air sign, fire sign, right? What are we talking? With the King of Swords is what? Gemini, right? And we have Ten of Pentacles. This is an inheritance, something possibly. King of Wands. This is Sagittarius. Both in the reverse. Six of Cups. Right? These are people you know from the past, right? How things used to be. I say Gemini, Sagittarius, right? But it could be, you know, could be. It doesn't have to specifically be just that sign specifically, but with the King of Wands in reverse, it could be, a pissed off Leo or a pissed off Aries or whatever. Same goes with the King of Swords. But from what I understand, with the king, the suit, and them being a king, I would say that the King of Swords would be a Gemini and the King of Wands would be a Sagittarius. Right? Ten of Pentacles, this is inheritance. This is, Pentacles, material, wealth, right? Whatever it is, right? We got an air sign and a fire sign. They're standing next to these pentacles. It's Ten of Pentacles, right? And it's the Six of Cups. So these two, are working together? This air sign and fire sign are working together to... Ooh, they might not... I don't know if they're up to... They might not be... Tell us more, Spirit. Yeah, you guys, I'm sorry. You missed the intro. I got cut off, so I already did it. Spirit, tell me some more, please. With the Six of Cups. They have, it looks to me like this air sign and fire sign have their own plan for this Ten of Pentacles, right? And with them being in reverse, it's like probably this Ten of Pentacles doesn't even belong to them. That's what it's looking like. Ooh, Ace of Wands. Bingo! Right? It's not the sword, but it's Ace of Wands. And I don't want to... It's funny because I'll get... Spirit will throw the Ace of Wands up. It won't be... It's almost like you said, yes, this is the truth, right? When Spirit flies that Ace of Wands. But it's more... It's with Ace of Wands, that is what is being done, right? Is the energy that I see here, air sign, fire sign, they are looking at this Ten of Pentacles, right? And as depicted on the card, you have, an old gentleman, you have a younger gentleman, a female, and a child, right? And the family pets, dogs, right? Okay. And this is accumulated wealth. The family tree, accumulated wealth. There's three generations here. 1, 2, 3. The little guy. See him? Yeah. So this corrupt air sign and this corrupt fire sign they got their eyes on this Ten of Pentacles. People that you know from the past, They're definitely with the Ace of Wands here. They're working together. They're trying to do. They see this Ten of Pentacles as theirs, but I don't think it is. Right at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers card. This is Gemini energy. Interesting. So it could be somebody that you, collective or myself, have, had like relationships with. Right with the Lovers, it's like you know who these people are. You know who this air sign is, and you know who this fire sign is from the past. They're working together, and they're trying to take this Ten of Pentacles, right? That's what it looks like. Tell us more, Spirit. Tell us more, please, Spirit. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry you guys missed. Oh, you got the Chariot. It kind of just fell out under the King of Swords. Whoa, that was fast. We got Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups been popping out lately, okay? Eight of Cups under the Ten of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles in reverse under the King of Wands. And the Star is in reverse under the Six of Cups. Right? So what do we got here? Chariot is Cancer energy. Okay, and Star is Aquarius. The Chariot is in the upright under the King of Swords. So what? Despite this air sign, whatever they're corrupt, they're tyrant, you still put on you put on the full armor of God and you walk out the door every day, right? You go to work or whatever you do, the Chariot, you take off, right? Then we have the Eight of Cups, and right, it's like with the Chariot's right here next to the Eight of Cups, so it's like that it's yours under the Ten of Pentacles, but it's like it's not what defines you, right? And this is the lesson that had to be learned about this inheritance. Okay, this is the storyline that's been going on for quite some time. The inheritance is not there to define you. The inheritance is a gift to, help you and develop you, or to assist in the future. It's not for you basically, it's for your children, right? The Ten of Pentacles is not for him. It's he made it. He made the Ten of Pentacles, right? And it was supposed to go to him, right? And they would use it to help this little guy. Okay? And then when that little guy gets older, he's supposed to give it to his children, and then their children gives it to their children, and so on and so forth. It doesn't define you. That's why we have the Eight of Cups here, because we said, okay, the Ten of Pentacles is there. Yes, I want it. Yes, it is my inheritance. But I can't sit and wait for the courts, for my friends or family to hand it over to me, because they're not going to do that. So you got to just carry on with life regardless. Right? Like, that's the whole trick. That's the whole scheme. Seven of Swords. I wouldn't be surprised if the Seven of Swords popped out. I know it did yesterday. Because that's what people want you to sit there and be like, how come this isn't working? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't expect you to pick up and carry on, right? So you have to. Chariot, Cancer energy, full armor of God, right? You walked away from all the shenanigans, the air sign, the fire sign, from the past, who worked together, right? They're trying to get their hands on this Ten of Pentacles. You show up, you're in the Chariot, you're rocking and rolling, right? Four of Pentacles in reverse under the King of Wands. Huh, interesting. Right, so this King of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this is what, like an overspender, somebody who like that's that. So they saw the Ten of Pentacles, like, oh, this is how I can get, like a materialistic person, somebody who likes stuff. The Four of Pentacles in reverse, they spend all their money basically, right? Something like that. The star is Aquarius, and it's under the Six of Cups. And the star is in reverse. So with the star in reverse, that means like you're hiding who you are. You're not being honest. You're not being able to show your you know your divine masculine or feminine strengths. Like the Cinderella story, something like that, right? It's under the Six of Cups, right? So this is what, in the past you were hidden. In the past you were supposed to receive something, right? They neglected you, so you are what, the star in reverse. They worked together, the air sign and the fire sign, to hide what was supposed to be given to you and to neglect you. They wanted you to be seen as a nobody and a loser, and they wanted you to forfeit. They wanted you to surrender your strengths over so that they could, basically just walk all over you, right? Because that's how, with the air sign and the fire sign, the King of Wands and the King of Swords in reverse, that's how they get their rocks off, is by insulting people, hurting people, walking all over people, right? That makes them feel better when they take a genuine person, the Chariot, the star, right? The star's in reverse. In the past, they felt better about themselves when they put somebody down, when they hurt somebody's feelings, right? They feed off of your sadness and your sorrow, right? It makes them feel better, right? Like I said, the Lovers is at the bottom of the deck. You know who these people are. My name is Roy. This is Relentless Roy's Intuitive Tarot. Please hit the like button, hit the share. Share this with your friends and your family, and subscribe, please. Get the, what do they say? Get the algorithm up so that more people can see the content, more people know what's happening, etc., etc. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe, and subscribe. Thank you. Back to it. All right. Page of Wands. Under the Ace of Wands. Right, so it's almost like that's behind you. And you, like, every day, you don't really have a choice. You got to show up. If you don't, like, you don't give up, you don't quit, you never give up, never surrender. We don't, failure is not an option. I've said this before in the past. Show up. Charity. Failure is not an option. Okay? Some of us understand that. You can't, like, okay, maybe this job doesn't work out, maybe this relationship doesn't work. Okay, it's over, then you move on. As soon as it's over, you hop in your chariot or whatever, right? But what is he wearing? He's got his full armor of God in his chariot. He is ready for the day. Carpe diem, right? So when I say that, under the Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, the upright, Carpe diem, seize the day, right? Despite them putting you down, despite them hurting your feelings, despite them having to do with this Ten of Pentacles, this inheritance, whatever this is, right? That you weren't even concerned about it, right? If it's rightfully yours, it'll come to you, right? But I'm not going to sit there and kick and pout and cry and whine that I had people, betraying me, because that's not why we're here, right? The Most High wants you to slug it out regardless. Right? Think of it as like a competition where you have one hand tied behind your back and you have to still compete. So not only do you have, one hand tied behind your back and you compete, you know what I mean? But then you can see, like, oh, I can do this with my eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? So not only did you defeat uh, this tyrant and this egotistical maniac, this prideful and ignorant, this air sign and this fire sign, you defeated them with your eyes closed, your and a hand tied behind your back, right? That's how weak and that's how low they are. It's in order for you to see how strong your strength, right, and your courage. That's who you are. That's what you need to focus in on, not these losers, right? You put on the full armor of God. You walk out the door, right? And now that that relationship and this is over with, right? The job, the whatever this is, these people from the past that walked all over you, let's go, right? First day of school, first day of work, you know, you're going out in the world and you said, here I come, world, look out. I said it to myself a long time ago. It was years, probably 5, 6 years ago, right? Maybe 7. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. And I said that when I was walking by a church, and I was a churchgoer. He heard I was talking to myself, right? Because I saw everybody all suited up going to church and stuff, right? Looking good. Their Sunday best, right? I heard somebody just say that the other day too. Sunday best, and I said that to myself because I was trying to get my act together. It was a Sunday. I was, I had like shorts and a t-shirt on, right? And I was walking past the church. And everyone looked great. They were all celebrating and happy and so forth. And I said, today is the first day of the rest of your life. And one of the churchgoers turned around. He looked over and he goes, wow. And he put a big smile on his face because he knew I was inspired. Anyway, carrying on. Look at it. There's a tower here. That's the energy for some. I think for the air side and the fire side, we probably got a tower for those guys. Last night's read, they popped up. Okay, lovers just popped out. Get the lovers, Gemini energy. Okay, Angel Raphael. Under the chariot. Tell us more, Spirit, please. Thank you. The Emperor in reverse. All right, so with the lovers under the chariot, you have to be strong, right? Because you're dealing with an emperor in the reverse, right? So this is somebody who's immature. This is somebody who's, just like think of it like the emperor would be like a bad father figure. This would be a bad role model. The emperor is, masculine energy, Aries. You know, there's no gender in tarot. Okay, so it could. I mean, I'll just put it out there. It could be, it could be a person in masculine energy, guy or a girl, because there's no gender in tarot. It's the energy that they put out. Just throwing it out there. Under the chariot is the lovers. You got to put your full suit of armor on, right? Then under the 8 of cups is the emperor in reverse. So this is the roadmap right here, right? Boom, boom, boom. It says, there's a relationship here, but don't be deceived, right? Because you, with the 8 of cups, you would intuitively pick up that this emperor is, you know what I mean? You would see by their actions, how they treat people, how they talk to you, right? You like your first impression would be like, wow, this guy's a jerk. This guy's a, or it could even be a lady in masculine energy. I just say that because no gender in tarot. Right? Tell us more, Spirit. But you would intuitively know, like, okay, wait a second, But that, like, all right, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, look at all these suit cards coming out in reverse. Queen of Sword in reverse. That's Libra. And it's under the 4, right? It goes King of Wands reversed, Four of Pentacles reverse, Queen of Swords reverse. Okay, so air signs, fire sign, we got the Emperor in reverse. So I'll tell you right now, with this Queen of Swords in reverse, this looks like an air sign is trying to plant an Emperor in reverse in front of the star, right? So we have collective energy, which is the star, the Page of Wands, the Chariot. Okay, Chariot's Cancer, Aquarius. Page of Wands would be a young fire sign, right? Um, you know, desire and will, right? So we have your full suit of armor in Cancer with the star in Aquarius. You know, you stand out in the crowd and you're starting out fresh, right? These guys are trying to stop you. You intuitively know that there's something wrong. Is, you know, like you feel like you're in a, you know, the Truman Show, right? You feel like you're in a maze because every time you turn the corner, you open another door, boom, then you get another surprise for you. Somebody wants to argue, somebody wants to fight. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. We have an air sign who's trying to take. It looks to me like this Emperor in reverse. It'd be like, hey, you guys would be great together, like playing matchmaker over here, right? With the Four of Pentacles in reverse, this is weird because they with the Lovers here, it's like you know who these people are. You know who this Emperor in reverse is, Aries, right? Reverse. And you know who this Queen of Swords is in reverse. I thought maybe the air sign was trying to present the Emperor with the Lovers, but it looks like it's not even that. The Empress is here. It is that. Under the star in reverse, which is Empress is Taurus and Libra energies. The Emperor is Aries. And so we have an immature Emperor who's working, who you already can spot, you already know is, you walked away, it looks like to me. Four of Pentacles in reverse, right? The Queen of Swords is paying somebody to influence a relationship with the Empress. Taurus, Libra energy, right? Ooh, Lord. I dropped these. These fell out. Sorry, Spirit. Sorry, guys. Right? Empress is Taurus, Libra, right? And with the Queen of Swords behind, right, you got the Lovers, the Emperor reverse, which is Aries, Queen of Swords reverse, that would be Libra, right? And they're all in reverse. They're all immature, they're all negative, they are tyrannical, all of them. You know, with the King of Swords, that could be a Gemini, right? The King of Wands in reverse could be like a Leo. Well, I don't know. It could be like a Sag or an Aries in reverse, right? Give or take. It's a fire sign. It's an air sign, right? The Emperor in reverse. This is somebody who has some type of role to play, right? Somebody who's like it's their responsibility. They're an emperor. So they hold the energy of an emperor is somebody who's in control, who is like has a responsibility to raise the children or take care of the house, or you know what I mean. Like an emperor has power and authority and so forth, but it's in reverse. They're immature, they lie, they cheat, they steal. You know, they're a scumbag, right? Queen of Sword in reverse. Judging by the cards around it, it looks like this Queen of Sword is also a scumbag, right? Libra, I believe with the Queen of Swords there, it's Libra. The Emperor in reverse is Aries. And then you have the Empress, Taurus. Under the star in reverse. Okay. They want to like they go, oh, we want a new relationship. We want to be friends again. Be like, no, I already know what the heck you guys been up to. I already know what you guys are doing. Yeah, the tower just came out again twice. Jeez. Spirit's like, hey, not only once, but twice for the tower. Thank you, Spirit. There it is. 8 of Wands. Thank you, Spirit. Right? The Hangman reverse, Pisces energy. 8 of Swords in reverse. Right, so this is over with. With the energy at the bottom of the deck, you have this 8 of Swords in reverse. It's like none of this. We're wrapping this up. It's all done. There's no more. There's no question as to what's going on, right? And your spirit guides are protecting you. I'll say that. The Empress here, and then we have 8 of Wands, and then we have the Hangman reverse again, and then with the 8 of Swords. The energy that's being thrown at you is no longer taking effect. Okay, they're trying to rebuild. They want to rekindle a relationship. The Emperor reversed, the Queen of Swords are reversed. They're like sick. They're twisted. The King of Swords is mental. The King of Wands is like egotistical. Right? They're out of their. They're off their rocker. They're out of their mind. Right? They want to get. They want to talk to the Empress. Right? They want to build a friendship again. Right? You know who these people are. And they are going to try to send energy at you, 8 of Wands. They're going to send you, hey, they're going to call you. They're going to send you a message, whatever it is, however this 8 of Wands filters out is, energy-wise, right? And, you know what they want to do is the 8 of Wands, they want to, but you're walking away. You are no longer the sacrifice. You are no longer the Hangman. The Hangman's in reverse. So what happens is that energy and those arrows fall to the ground. Because you're see what I'm saying? Like, say if it was you were the Hangman, see how those wands, boom, they're gonna hit, boom, 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 right? But because you're the Hangman in reverse, they're gonna see what I'm saying. Like when those wands come flying in, they're gonna miss. You get it, right? And it's over. Doesn't matter what they say or do, we already know. My name is Roy. This is Relentless Roy's Intuitive Tarot. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe. See you guys on the next one, all right? Peace out.